Well, hello everyone.
Hey.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden quiet.
Yeah, that's right. Getting back into the groove of things. How's
Yeah.
everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just busy. Can't wait for the weekend.
Yeah, you've been pretty on radio silent most of the week.
I know. Just been busy with work.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And, well, tonight we're honored to have George Aguilar on again with us.
Woo!
One man wave, one man
That's
wave.
right.
There we go. That's it.
How you doing, George?
I'm good. I am excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm good. Very good. Just dealing with heat, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah,
Uh,
it started early, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Not at all. Not at all. Just yeah. It's humid. Humid. If you
Yeah,
know, people don't realize that Texas has a tropical heat, and it's not just like a regular like a New Mexico, Arizona dry heat. It's humid as all get the hell out.
yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's funny. I came from Washington State, and of course, it rains like
Oh yeah,
9 months out of the year, and
right.
so you're always inside. And then I come down here, and I'm back inside again.
Yeah.
It's like really, there's
For
nowhere.
for for different reasons. I mean, like
I know.
people bursting into flames in the street. Yeah, that's a good reason to stay inside.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So George, talk to us. What you been up to?
I'm about 6 foot. Walk
Nice.
with a little limp. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Uh, just working. Just working. Been doing a couple of private investigations that have yielded some interesting things. I'll just leave it at that. Stuff has me kind of boggled. I mean, to the point where I've asked several people. I mean, I'm talking like 25, 30 people in the paranormal field that have no answer to what's going on or to what was
Interesting.
seen. So other than that, just living a regular life like everybody else, you know,
Man.
just
So you think
cruising.
you'll be able to figure out what's all going on with that investigation?
I don't. I truly
Wow.
don't. Uh, um, well, most of it, we will, but this one thing that happened, no, it just kind of is what it's going to be. It's
Okay.
going to be one of those things where you put it in your notebook and you save it for 25 years from now when you come across it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's I don't see. I mean, it's nothing I've ever heard of, and honestly, I may never see it again in my lifetime.
So you saw something.
Well, I wasn't. I didn't see it. I was told. I
Okay.
didn't see it for myself. But if you're told something and it's from a reputable person,
Mm-hmm.
that's the difference of being like, oh, on the internet somebody sends you something,
Sure.
or somebody that you know and you trust and you put faith in. It's different. And this is somebody that I know and I trust and I put faith in, and I know would not lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it's bizarre, and I just don't think I'll have an answer for it. Not
Anytime soon.
not anytime soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
if ever.
Have you ever came across in your investigations um, anything similar to that?
Never,
Yeah.
never, never. I wish I could tell you what it was, but I just can't because it's such a private case.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And
understand.
you know, kind of the whole paranormal sworn to secrecy thing.
Sure.
Uh, but yeah, so it was yeah, the whole time I've been doing this, I've never even heard of it. It's that out there.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's but I mean, maybe one day I'll be like, aha, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I've got you now, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, everything starts from something. I mean,
Right.
we originally we didn't know what everything else that's been documented was or has a name for, that kind of thing, and then
right,
eventually we find out. It just takes time, but also it's kind of, I mean, hopefully it's not like negative, but at the same time, in a way, like just in general, like the paranormal, whether it's spirits or entities or aliens,
right.
um, it's always like really fascinating. And I don't know about y'all, but I just love the mystery of it
Yeah.
all and trying to figure out what's going on, or happening, here on our planet, and like
Mhm.
what's going on, that's
Right.
not really talked about, or seen or heard, in our day-to-day lives, that just puts us outside of our day-to-day.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
craziness. It's craziness. I mean, but let's be honest, if we had the answers, then what would drive us? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, what would drive us? I mean, I don't know what drives y'all, but what drives me is the answers. I mean, trying to
Mhm.
get something solid, trying to get proof. Uh, I will say this. It's interesting. It's all interesting. The whole paranormal thing is interesting, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. We do too.
But that's kind of like I was texting with my friend the other day, the one that lives in Belfast, and I was just telling her about like I love the culture of Belfast and Ireland and everything over there, and also the subject of the Titanic, how it was built in Belfast, and she was saying how she loved New York, and she went to New York once, and she said afterwards she went to New York like that urge to want to know about New York went away. And so I told her, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go to Ireland because I love chasing Ireland. I love the subject of Ireland and just learning about it more and more. And maybe if I do go, I may not want to chase it anymore.
Right.
But then again, I always tell her when I do go over there, don't be surprised if I don't want to come back to America and I want to stay over there in Belfast. So we'll see.
I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think too, I mean, our fascination with this stuff is because we don't know. We don't know what's out there, and we don't know how anything came to be. And I think in some respects, like you were just talking about, not knowing, and just the fact that you're trying to learn something that, um, or try and understand what is out there and learn history or learn how to help, or just all of that comes with it. And then there's sometimes when you just think, are we supposed to know?
Right. Right. That is a question. I mean, are we supposed to know? Uh, whether we're supposed to know or whether we're not supposed to know, I still think we're gonna try.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I got the poking it with the stick syndrome. If you don't know, what's the first thing you do? You get a stick and you poke it. You know, so it's like we don't know, so we need to get that stick and poke it until we at least know something. But like in all of this, I've learned that there's obviously something out there. I mean, you know, if you're sitting there and you get and you're doing an EVP session, and like me and Adam at the what was that place? The Fort Mineral Wells.
Walters?
Yeah, Fort Walter. We, you know, didn't we get somebody saying your name in German, or somebody with a German accent saying your name, or something along those lines? I mean, we got an EVP, and it wasn't him, and it wasn't me, and we were the only two in that area. So it's like, what was it? Well, it's something intelligent.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So if I talk too much, just tell me to shut up, and I'm okay.
No.
You're
the
the
guest.
center of attention tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so it's like that. It's if you're in the location and you're by yourself, even though as a paranormal investigator you're not supposed to be. That's rule number one, which I have broken a few times. And you catch three voices, you know, instead of your one. Obviously, something is going on.
Yeah.
You know, so and there will always be people that that don't believe, or will just, you know, throw it, just like trash it or whatever, you know. There's always going to be that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is as far as that goes. I can't, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You could do 1,000 analogies. But people are going to do, or people are going to believe if they want to believe, or if they don't want to believe. They're not going to.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't believe it's our job to try and convince them.
Right.
I think if anything, it's our job just to put it out there. And give them the scenario, give them the situation, and let them decide for themselves.
Yeah.
At least that's, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how we learn too. I mean, that's how we learn too, is that especially through people that might be a little bit more skeptical, or just completely don't believe altogether. I mean, you can gain different perspectives that you might not have thought about,
right,
by listening to everybody give input.
Yes, and you know, like I don't know who I was telling this to, but it's like, you know, it's not it's like I just said, it's not our job to try and convince people, but it's also not our job to make people investigate the way we investigate.
Right.
If they choose to investigate a different way, then by all means, I mean, I'm nobody to tell you otherwise.
Right.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Well, that's why they always say that there's no professionals in this field. Everyone is a constant learner.
Yes.
I mean, we don't, even within our team, we don't investigate the same way, but it complements what we do as a team.
Right. Yeah. And that's awesome. As long as, you know, because it's what am I trying to say? It's like sharing evidence. Some teams don't want to share evidence. And it's like, why? Why would you not want to do that? You know, because if you share evidence, it makes everything, it makes everyone else like, how did you get that? Well, this is what I was doing at the time. You know, everybody learns from everybody else. But too many people want to get the next greatest piece of evidence, and they want to hold it to themselves.
Oh.
And I think that's just not good for the for the paranormal world. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like how are you supposed to piece together a story if you're not collaborating with everyone,
That's
you
right.
know,
Right.
and figuring out what's going on at these places? Because isn't that what you're wanting to know? You're trying to figure out what happened there and like match it up with the history and then the evidence that you get with this, you
Mhm.
know, the storyline that you've heard and you know, if you listen to everybody else's evidence and then your own, you may come up with what happened. So I don't understand that. And it's like, I don't know. I guess like everyone just wants to uh, get views and likes and be on social media and
Right.
end up on TV or something like that. So that's all they care about, but they don't really care about helping or figuring out what happened there, the history. I don't know.
No, I
Yeah.
think you're spot on, Catherine, because I mean, you can see it just getting on social media in general. It just seems to have taken a turn because there are so many people out there that are trying to be, the person or the group that makes it to the top, and it's like there's endless amounts of opportunity for everyone without running into each other to
Yes.
do
Yes.
what we do.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't figure something out, then I mean, if you can't go to a place and there's 10 or 15 other people there and you still feel like you can't investigate, maybe you ought to ask other people if you can investigate with them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That kind of thing, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because you're right. There absolutely is plenty of opportunity to investigate.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I will just chill out until most people are done investigating, and then I'll go and investigate. Kind of at the end or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It just depends on the situation, but there's plenty for everybody to investigate as far as places.
Mhm.
It's
No, I
just
agree. I think egos, for whatever reason, get in the way of the collaboration part and the humbling yourself to say, there's still a lot I have to learn. And watching different techniques and thinking that, gosh, that would be so cool to try out on some investigation. I mean,
right.
I don't get it, but you can tell that there's a lot of people that have backed away from the field, either have
Yeah.
left it altogether or have just taken a break from it because of how the nastiness.
I agree. There was a gentleman here in town that we all know. I believe we all know him. He put together a para unity get together. There were like 75 teams there or something like that.
Was it George?
No,
Okay.
no, it was somebody else, but I'm not bringing up any names just because
Okay.
but he put together a para unity conference, and yeah, there were a lot of teams there, and I stood up and I told everybody. Everybody got a chance to stand up and talk. I stood up and I told everybody. I said, everybody, I want you to look to your left and look to your right, because the next meeting we have, half these people aren't going to be here. And I'm talking like, like the grande cojones to say that. That was, that was a slap to people's faces. It's like, but it was true.
I was just gonna say you're not lying.
Yeah, I wasn't lying, and you know what? There was never another one. There was never another parent unity thing, a group meeting, and I was just like, told you. I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
It sucks. It really does suck, but it's true. There's too many egos.
Yeah.
Way
Which
too
is,
many
it's
egos.
really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, you know, all you want to do, like for our team, or maybe me anyway, that I'm just so fascinated being able to even go to places to investigate,
right.
and then learn a little bit about the history, and then try and see if what you experience aligns with anything. It's like putting a puzzle together. You
Right.
know, I think it's fascinating, and it just makes you
Yeah.
want to know more, ask more, go back again. You know, it's addictive.
Yeah, very much so. I will say this. I kind of want to jump back a minute.
Sure.
At that gathering, I told everybody, I said, look, I have a computer. It's sitting right there on the floor. I said, it's got all my evidence in it. If anybody wants to see it, let me know and I'll turn it on and I'll show you. And I'll tell you how, I'll tell you the where, I'll tell you everything. And nobody walked up to me and asked me to see
Really?
it. Nobody. Out of 75 groups or something, nobody asked me to show
That's
them
crazy.
anything. And I'm like, I'm giving it to you. Here it is. You know, I'm willing to share everything I've done at this point. And nobody did. And I'm like, well, okay, then I guess that's how this goes, you know?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to tell you about that because that was just like,
That's
not
unfortunate.
it is very unfortunate. And even even sharing online, like I told people, here's my email, here's my, if you want to see anything and you want to talk, here's my Facebook. If you want to, just message me and we can have a whole conversation about whatever and whatever, and nothing. And I'm like, okay, well then it just wasn't meant to be,
Yeah.
and
Or at least not with those people.
right, but not with those people. Now with y'all, I think y'all are great. I like y'all. I like y'all a
Thank
lot.
you.
Oh,
I think you're great too.
I've met certain people throughout my years of investigating, which is I didn't realize till I wrote my bio the other day how many years I've been doing this, like 15 or 16 years.
That's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of time. Yeah, exactly. So, within that time, I met some very cool people, and I met some really
Not so
cool
cool.
people. Yeah, not so cool people. I mean, yeah, I should have said it your way. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But yeah, so I don't know. I like the people that I get to investigate with now, and y'all are cool, and the team that I'm with, I mean, we're the team that I'm with, they're a bunch of like older, so it's different, but it's like, we go investigate, we're going to be done by like 10:30 or something because everybody's got to go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
it's past my bedtime. I got to go. It's like, well, I'd love to investigate some more, but it's past my bedtime.
I think our team has had a few nights where, midnight rolls around and we're looking at each other like,
yeah.
Yeah.
10 more minutes or 5 more minutes.
Aw, Jennifer.
Unfortunately, I cannot read the comments or anything. So if anybody out there's got a question for me, I will answer it to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I can read it out to you.
Yeah.
I know Johnny's been posting, commenting on our chat. And then Jennifer, Ola loves.
We
Well, that's sweet of you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
The I can tell you something.
Johnny said I'm not that old.
Is it
Somebody
Johnny?
go
Brother? Johnny, what's up, brother? What's up? We're gonna go
I
eat
think
some
I think
food.
I think what he's like 3 years older than me.
Jeez.
I think.
Wait, I don't know how old y'all are, but I've got to be the oldest one in the group.
I don't
So I'm
think
gonna
so.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't
I'll
know.
rock paper scissors you for it. But it that in that amount of time, I will say this: it's been an interesting road.
Yeah.
You know, it's I still have like the very first EVP I ever got, which sounded like a transgendered female saying hi, like a guy trying to sound like a girl saying hi, which I'm not going to imitate because I don't have that level of fluctuation in my voice.
Can't go up
But
an
yeah,
octave or not?
no octave. That can't change.
Lori says, "Hey, Georgie."
Hello. How are you? It's it's fun, but it can be scary sometimes. I mean, have y'all ever come across anything that's kind of overwhelmed you, overpowered you, kind of deal?
Adam has.
Yeah.
Jefferson Hotel.
Adam, this is
Yeah.
where you talk.
Yeah. Well, Adam, it was registering. He was thinking about, okay, where was that at?
I've been thinking, what time?
Yeah, where was that at? So then it came to me.
It just seemed like, yeah, it just seemed like something gets at me at Jefferson Hotel or something, and always wants me to come back. Like, I'm wanting to go back to Jefferson Hotel like many more times. Like, just something about that hotel, that town, that draws me back more and more. And I don't know what it is. Something upstairs that gets a hold of me.
Brother, that can be dangerous, man. That can be dangerous. But I get it. I understand it. Something has wanted me to go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. I've never been there, but something keeps telling me, go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. I have no idea why. But I get a calling for Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. It's just weird, man. It's weird.
Where's
Jennifer
that
says
at?
she wants to go there.
What's that?
Jennifer says, I want to go there soon.
Yeah. Is it I don't know if it's Kentucky or where exactly it is. I know the penitentiary on site, but I just don't know. Hold on, let me see.
Well, Brushy Mountain sounds like a Tennessee, Kentucky-ish type of thing, but I'm not sure.
It's in Tennessee. Petros, Tennessee.
10 points to Carla.
What's that?
I said 10 points to Carla.
There you go.
For guessing Tennessee.
Tennessee. Have y'all ever seen it? It's eerie. It butts up against the mountain. So there's no way.
Like the Smoky Mountains?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All I know is it butts up against the mountain. And it's crazy because you don't have anything to, I guess, hide where they can't see you for, I don't know, some distance.
Oh, wow. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, isn't it? But for some reason, it calls me, and I don't know why.
Well,
I
maybe
still haven't gone.
maybe that needs to be a collaborative team trip that can be planned out.
Well, I tell you what, I've talked to Annette about it, and she's gonna try and get something going on.
Really?
Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean that's really one place that really calls me. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Need to take a drink of water.
No, you're fine.
I don't know why, but when I go, I'm gonna be skipping in there, dancing around. I made
Nice.
it. I made it.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have somebody videotaping you do it.
Right. You know that reminds me of. I don't remember if it was a time when y'all went, when we went. No, it was one time that it was me and Adam. I think it was the only guy there at the Wilson County Jail, and all the girls, the K2 was going off, and all the girls were like, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And one of the other girls, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And I thought, son of a bitch, I gotta ask. Okay, do you think I'm pretty?
Oh, no. That's so
I'm like,
funny.
well, I guess I am pretty, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that for some reason I just thought of that. It was like, one of those funny moments in paranormal,
For
investigating.
Sure.
You gotta have fun with it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Adam had an experience with one of the working girls in one of the places that was flirting with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Adam, do tell.
Wasn't that?
He's trying to remember.
Huh?
I said, Adam's trying to remember.
It wasn't that when we were in Claiborne? We said, don't you like Adam? Or do you like Adam? And everything started going off.
Where were we in Cleburne?
Weren't we up in Jimmy's?
Oh.
Before everything got serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam was they were liking Adam.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I think they kept saying Adam's name.
Yep.
And Amy, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, you sly dog, you. Adam.
Oh my gosh.
Jennifer goes, yes, it was. I remember watching that.
See, we got back up.
There you go. That's funny.
Oh no, Johnny says just wear your lucky thong.
Wait a minute. Who, me or Adam?
Don't spit it out, Carla.
Oh God, I almost did.
Oh my God, that would have been
like
funny.
there goes my iced tea.
Johnny, is that for me or is that for Adam? You got to clarify, brother, because I'm wearing my lucky thong right now. Woo!
Oh my God.
I'm sexy and I know it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the places these shows go, let me tell you.
Oh, for sure. Takes like 3 seconds to get in the ditch.
Right.
Johnny
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes to get out.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Johnny mentioned that he wants to go to the Texas killing fields as one of the places that he wants to really go and investigate.
You know who was there recently, Johnny, was Ron? Oh, I don't, what's Ron's last name? Ron, I can't remember. It was him and Dustin. They went to the Texas killing fields. I don't know if they got anything or not, man, but yeah, it'd be cool to go. It would definitely be cool. I got a question for y'all, if I may. Have y'all ever been someplace that just affected you emotionally?
Huh.
You know?
A couple places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jefferson and Claiborne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moonies.
There's a place here south of town. It's a memorial for these. I don't know how many people that died in the back of an 18-wheeler that were being transported. And it just, I've never felt sadder in my life than when I was there. I mean, it just felt, I mean, I was like, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't even want to do an EVP session. I put my voice recorder. I'm like, you know what? If y'all want to talk, but I'm not asking questions. And I got a few things, but it was sad. The sadness was, you could cut it with a knife. It was that, like, the sadness was that thick.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that place was horrible. The fact that many people died in the back of an 18-wheeler. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to and we were kind of talking to Amy about this, is when you go to a location where you're so heavily emotionally affected, how do you protect yourself so you're not taking all that on?
right.
And you're able to, like, initially deal with it to understand it, but then be able to push it off. Like, I understand now what
Right.
all went through or what all happened, but
I'll tell you what, it took me days. It took me about 4 days, 4 or 5 days to get it just off of my mind, out of my mind, and off of, I mean, my daily thoughts, because human beings can do terrible things to other humans.
Yeah.
But we can also do great things, and it's sad though when that kind of thing happens. And it was so avoidable, but I don't know. I'm sorry to be a downer on the.
No, I mean, that's what all this is about, is it's a roller coaster of emotions, what we do.
Yeah.
It very much is. It very much is. Yeah. It's crazy.
We could walk in an area and just be like cheerleaders and peppy and about as high vibration as you can be, and then a couple hours later and stuff, it's like, we need to take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I've walked out of some pretty gnarly places, situations where I'm like, I got to take a break.
Yeah.
So I know, yeah. Adam?
Like, because there was that one time, Carla, remember Jefferson?
Yeah.
And it just seemed like the atmosphere in there changed. Like literally, like the air above us, the atmosphere just seemed to get thicker around us and above us.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the time where we all had to leave the hotel? Yeah.
We all had to from the disappointments from the attic, and we all went down to, I think it was the room you and Tony were staying in.
You're talking about the time that we got wrapped up. Yeah, one of our investigators stayed in the room because she didn't feel comfortable going up in the attic. And we said, okay. And she was fine with hanging out down there. And then when we came back down, I think all of us were a mess. We were all crying and just a mess. And she looked at us. She's like, "What the hell happened?" You know?
Right.
And but I thought you were talking about the time that that we had to take you out of the hotel, Adam.
That's another time. And
That was probably the scariest time for me, is to see you like that.
but
So
that's
go ahead,
but
Adam.
that's why I feel like I have to go back to either confirm or to maybe listen to what they really got to say. Maybe they're just
Yeah.
trying to get through me to say it, or they can relate to me somehow, some way, do something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When we go back to the Jefferson Hotel, regardless of when we go back there, it seems like we have a lot of um, almost every single time Adam's name keeps coming up.
All right.
And so we're still trying to figure out whether there's someone there named Adam and they're trying to make him feel like
Right.
they did.
Yeah, because
We're kind of,
the first time he got that, it felt like he got a bloody nose at
yes, that was
in the attic, and he
Yeah.
kept sniffing, and like it was almost like they're trying to make him feel like what they felt
yeah.
or whatever. And then
Right.
this other time around, he started to get really down, talking about you, Adam. And then we had to leave the premises and just go eat somewhere away from the hotel and all that. So it was strange.
It was scary because I've never, I mean, you see it on TV or you
Right.
hear it in people's videos, but you never, to have something was bothering him enough to where he felt like he needed to jump off the building.
Wow.
And so we said, EVP session's done. Let's go. We need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I've left very few investigations, but just recently I had to leave one because something just felt like it was sucking my energy. Just not, I mean, not even like being nice about it. You know what I mean? I mean, no buying a drink first, no nothing. Just so I mean, sucking energy like. And
Yeah.
well, I told the guy, Jeff, the guy that runs the team, I'm like, hey man, I gotta step outside, dude. This thing is, it made me so sleepy and so drained that I actually went to my van and fell asleep for about 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, I walked back in and I was like, okay, that's enough of that. But the strange thing about that case was it was a brand new trailer. Without giving too much away, it was a brand new trailer, but only half of it had activity.
Interesting.
Yeah, the master bedroom, the master bathroom, up to maybe part of the kitchen, and that was it, up to the back door, and nothing beyond that, which was such a strange case. But we got such definitive evidence from that place. Very clear Class A EVPs. And it was just like, dude, you can't be draining me of my energy, man. You're not allowed to. I'm not, I don't give you permission to.
Yeah.
But it did. It's so, but I've had that happen. And I think the more and more I do this, the more and more it's going to start happening. Because I don't even know why. To be honest with you, it's just you try and protect yourself, but you can only protect yourself so much. I mean, if something really wants to mess with you, it's gonna find a way to mess with you. So I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up, but I brought it up for a reason. But I mean, I don't know if it's just because.
Well, that's a pretty good segue into what you're going to be doing this weekend.
Yeah, because I was going to say, well, we'll find out this Saturday.
I know,
Woo!
it's like, oh well, like on cue.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think what last time I investigated the
Night, Johnny. His
Night, Johnny.
battery
Good night,
low.
Last time I investigated the jailhouse there in the Wilson County Jail, I drank a lot of Big Red before, and those ghosts didn't have a chance. They're like, nah, you ain't bringing me down. I'm all hopped up on Big Red.
Well, hey,
Dude.
bring a bunch. Bring a bunch of Big Red.
Right.
Ballpark. We're gonna, you're gonna need it.
This will be
Well,
for the viewers. We're all going to kind of do a little collaboration of teams, and we're all going to go to Ballinger, Texas, and spend the night at the Old Park Hotel. And
yeah, I can't wait.
craziness there. We get the whole hotel to ourselves.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times real fast.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
And it sounds like whoop whoop. Yep. And it sounds like Lorinda got the jail across the street, which is kind of cool. So for those that want to do that, they can do that. I know that there's a lot of back and forth between that hotel and the jail, between not only the people that worked at the jail, but probably prisoners had frequented the hotel, and the ladies
And the gunslingers.
Nice.
All the fun stuff.
Right. Sounds like a good time.
And
A good time will be had by all.
But I was gonna say, like, this is like extra special because that's the place where I first met Carla, and I met her there, and then I think it was like one or two other places. We just happened to go to like the same public investigation,
Yeah.
and from then on we became friends, and became part of the team. And
Yeah.
sometime later we kidnapped Katherine and took her
That's
along
right.
with us, and
I'm from
She's
She's
one
stuck
of ours
with
now.
Yay.
so.
Nice.
But it's gonna be that was what 3 years ago that we went there 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 to
So
4.
so here we are.
Yeah. That was I still have all the pictures from that investigation too.
Back again.
I have a few.
Yeah?
But
We'll have
I
to get more.
Nice.
for sure.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all, if I may. Another one. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm asking questions so much. It's just an interest, if you will. Have y'all ever seen anything that y'all had a hard time explaining?
If I can, well, I one thing that's always, if I can throw this out for you, Katherine, and for Lorinda, one thing that I wish, like, I saw the effects of it when we were in the depot upstairs, and Katherine, you and Lorinda saw like the shadow person like charge at y'all, come around the corner and charge it. Like, I saw both y'all like back up, and I was behind y'all, but I saw both y'all like back up, and I never did see what y'all saw, but I saw the effects of y'all like backing away from the doorway.
Yeah. So I just saw So I didn't see it charge at us because Brenda can see that. I couldn't see that, but for some reason I saw further down the hall at the Dillon Depot, I saw something peeking, like a black shadow with
Yes.
long hair peeking around the corner.
That's what Trish and I saw.
What hell?
No, I mean
Yeah.
that's exactly right. You're right. It was something that was at the end of the hall in another
Yeah.
room that the black shadow peeked out because
Yeah, just
both
looking
Trish
at
and
us.
I backed up because we were like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, and so when I see stuff like, well, I had that was my first time actually seeing something like that. And so while on an investigation, because I mean I still consider myself fairly new at all that kind of things. And so when I saw that, I wasn't scared. I was more curious. But Lorinda was there, if I was by myself, that would probably freak me out. But since there was a bunch of us in the room, I didn't feel scared or anything. I was just like, what the heck is that? And then when Lorinda backed up because it came charging, now I didn't see it, but she could see it. And so, I'm like, what the heck happened? And that's probably what you saw, Adam. But yeah, I only saw it peering from the corner.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
And like I said the last time, how me and Terry we first we went to go put the stuff in her room, and that's when we opened up the door to the leading up to the attic, and it just seemed like as soon as we opened up that door that leads to the ladder that leads to the attic, like we heard like those. It sounded like 5 or 6 steps, like tick, 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 tick. And we're like, hello, hello.
Yeah, room 16 at the Jefferson.
Yeah, the closet door.
Yes. And we figured like if it was like Jeremy or somebody like that, they would have been like, hey, it's me up here, or we would have heard like them going down the stairs on the other side. The main door,
Yeah.
And we're like, hello?
Cool.
Like calling anybody up there?
But even while we were investigating and I was sitting on the chair right next to the closet, and I had my phone pointing at the ladder, and we were asking questions, and we hear something just like rush down those steps. And it sounded like it was in the closet coming down those steps where we are. And then all of a sudden the rope light lit up. And I'm like, holy crap. Like that made me back up a little bit in the chair. I didn't get up from the chair, but I backed up because,
I think I was standing next to you at that time because I couldn't, from the bed, I couldn't see in the closet. So I stood by you so I could see in. And then we heard something was coming down the rungs.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, then we saw the rope light up. And then we were like, what?
Yeah, like what was that?
What the hell's coming out of that closet?
And at first, it startles you at first, but then it was exciting. Well, at least for me.
Yeah, it is.
because you actually hear it with your own ears, and that's the whole thing. Is before I joined Carla and Adam and Lorinda and the team, I've always been curious with the paranormal and seeing, because watching it on TV and all that, wanting to experience it for yourself and actually see it happen in front of you, and to be able to do that with them, all of us with the great team, they have your back. Unlike other teams where they have egos and they may leave you behind or something, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't
our
do that.
our team doesn't do that, and so I feel very fortunate, to be a part of their team and go with them on these investigations and all that, because we all have each other's back, and then we get to see and go through the same experience with each other, and learn from this experience and see if we can put together clues like Scooby-Doo. except for you're not dealing with humans dressed up in masks, but you're dealing with the
meddling
other
kids.
side. Yeah.
Those meddling. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Yeah, and that's probably what the spirits are saying. No.
Right.
Because some of them don't want us to find out who they are, or what they are,
Right,
that
right.
kind of thing.
We run into that a lot. We run into the some spirits are trying to keep the other spirits quiet.
I got you.
Yeah.
If I had something happen a while back, if I can share this with you.
Oh, absolutely.
We were going to the Old Lavaca County Jail, Maddie and I. And I'd been at work all day, and for those of you who don't know, I work a lot of hours. I mean, so when I got off of work, I went home, showered, changed, got dressed, picked Maddie up, and we were on the road. I wanted to go one certain way, but the GPS kept telling me to go the other way. This other way. And I'm like, no, I want to go this way. I mean, it was to the point where it was pissing me off. It's like, I'm going to go this way. This is the way I'm going. To heck with you, GPS, or to heck with you, Google Maps. And so I went the way I wanted to go, and every time we would switch it would switch back. It did it about 4 or 5 times. I mean, it did it quite a few. And finally, I was just like, it doesn't matter. I know where I'm going. I don't need it. So I went this way, but as I was driving, the road was dark. There were no street lights on. I mean, it was country. It was backwoods country. And hi Nat. So as we were driving, I saw something, and I say this because I have no idea what it was. It was something crawling in the road.
Ugh.
And the only way I could describe it, because of what it was, imagine a black square 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet crawling in the road. It had no feet or hands, but what it would do, it's like this. One corner would stretch out, and then the other back corner would move up, and then the other corner would stretch out, and the other back corner would move up. So it was crawling. And I was like, did I just see what I thought I saw? And Maddie saw something too, but she didn't see what I saw. Well, this thing jumped in my van.
Oh, no.
What?
And it tried attaching itself to me. No, it did attach itself to me.
Oh, no.
But there were people at the Old Lavaca County Jail with me that helped me get rid of it. And I mean, it was a fight. It was about an 1.5 hour long fight to get rid of this thing.
Good grief.
And I could feel it. I could feel it between the skin of my back and my shirt moving around.
Oh.
No. Oh, no.
And I felt it come underneath my sleeve and peek out and then go back in. And then when, one of the girls was burning sage, the sage was popping and burning green. One of the other girls was praying, and it jumped onto her, and she said she felt it between her shoulder blades. So I put my hand right in the middle of her shoulder blades, and I was like, you son of a bitch, you get off of her and you get back onto me. Because I'm excuse my language, but I'm gonna F you up. And it did. But what was weird was when I lifted my hand off the woman's back, she almost dropped to her knees.
Wow.
And I put my hand back on her back, and she stood back up. And I was like, are you okay? So I was like, then anger set in. Then asking Saint Michael to come down and unsheath his sword to rid me of whatever negativity it was. I mean, it was hardcore praying, and there was sage burning and holy water flying everywhere. It was like one of those backwoods revivals, just about. I mean, it was seriously hardcore. And we asked the question,
Wow.
and it said who sent it, and the best we could figure was it was jealousy incarnate, jealousy made into
An entity.
an entity. Yeah, and it wasn't living and breathing because it had no mouth, it had no nothing. It was jealousy,
Wow.
and the next day I was like, it was one of those things where did that really happen? And I'm sure I'm shortening the story because there was a lot more that happened.
Sure.
But so I drew it. It's like how hard it is to draw a square on a piece of paper. But I drew it kind of walking, and I'm like, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
So I forgot I had it, but when I remembered, I was out at my property. So I folded it up and I wrapped it with a paracord, which, you know, if you know what paracord is, it's almost like a polyester type of rope. And I sprinkled holy water, and I'm like, with this paracord, I bind you. You can no longer cause harm to anybody, or you know, that kind of thing. And then I said, you know, you don't have to go back to where you came from, but you need to go someplace where you will cause no one harm. And I had built a fire, and I threw it in, and it would not burn.
What?
It would not burn.
Wow.
I mean, you could put a stack of Bibles in front of me, and I would swear on it. This thing did not burn. And I was like, oh no, no. With sheer tenacity and a bunch of gasoline, I got that so much to burn.
Wow.
Oh man.
I was like, screw you, you are burning. You
Wow.
need to go away. And I threw a whole bunch of more wood on it, and I doused it. And I mean, it flamed up, and I was like, it finally did burn, but right away it didn't burn. And it was paper. You would think paper would just ignite. No, it did not burn. And
Annette.
Annette has been just cracking some. She goes, George, you're hanging out in all the wrong places. And then she said that you should be drinking holy water.
yeah. Well,
The napalm.
I should, but you know, but seriously, it was such a hard, and I haven't told a lot of people this story.
Oh.
So y'all are
That's
one of very
crazy.
few people that know. I think maybe Adam knew, but it 100%. This thing tried and it was just jealousy. It was jealousy,
Wow.
and somebody went in to cause people harm.
You know, and I've heard of this where, like, when people get so wrapped up with their emotions and stuff, and like some people can cause poltergeist activity to happen in their home,
Right.
and then
Right.
they can also manifest entities and all that and create these things. So I wonder if that was like created by somebody, you know, like, you know, you or me, you know, just a regular person that created this entity, you know. It made me think of the face hugger from Half-Life, but then also, you know, Alien, you know. That's why it made me think of this. I had to grab my stuffed animal.
You know what somebody asked me was, did it look like the cards from Alice in Wonderland, the playing cards from Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, yeah.
And I would say yes, but it did not have hands or feet. Those had feet that they would walk on. This would just stretch. It was such a weird thing.
Wow.
Was it like angles, like corners or whatever,
It
stretching
was
out?
it was a square. Imagine a square,
Yeah.
and one corner of the square just stretched out.
Yeah, that's what I was
And-
picturing in my head.
and the back opposite
Yeah.
moved up as a foot, and then the other side stretched up, and the back moved up as a foot. So it was walking on basically
Corners.
the four
Yeah.
corners. Yeah.
Jeez.
And I will tell you that it may sound crazy, but I saw it and I experienced it. And I mean, as soon as I got to Olavaca County Jail, one of the girls said, "You know, George, you don't look right. You don't look the same. There's something going on with you." I mean, and I hadn't told them anything. Maddie knew, but the other girls didn't know.
Wow.
But they called it. And what was weird was after I finally got it off of me, I could see it jumping around in my van. Like you could see something moving.
Holy
in my
water all
van.
over the place because you can't light your van on fire. Just
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Right.
well, yeah, but then what are you gonna tell insurance?
I could be like gasoline and rock and roll. Woo! There you go. Like a movie, pop my Zippo out and just throw it in and let it burn, baby, burn. Yeah. But the bad part was I had to sleep in my van later.
Nah.
Oh no,
And
that's scary.
I did. I sat in there for about an hour, and I just sat there and I listened and I looked, but it was gone. So that is absolutely 100% something very true that came through my life, and it was one of those things where you question, like, am I crazy? Did I really see this thing?
That would be pretty scary.
It was. My question was, is this thing going to be with me for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, no, you're not. St. Michael, I ask you to unsheath your sword, come down and rid me. Excuse me.
Crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen some crazy. I've seen some crazy things, and that's just one of them.
Jeez.
The thing is, I wouldn't have believed it except for other people were there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how I would feel if I had an experience like that. That would be pretty hard to overcome.
Yeah, that'd be
pretty intense.
Well, I can tell you this. I am a tenacious individual, and I am of the mindset that is that all you got? It's like when I feel something standing at the end of my bed, and all I do is flip it off and roll over and go back to bed. That kind of thing, It's craziness, but
keep that in mind for Saturday.
I will.
Yeah.
I will absolutely keep that in mind. Sheer tenacity goes a long way. It truly does.
Yeah.
So are we all getting our own room? We're gonna just put on our big boy and girl panties and
I don't know. There's 10 rooms there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It probably depends on how the night goes.
Yeah. We may all be in one room.
That's right. We're all camped out down in the living room.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I'll have my van to sleep in.
Make a quick getaway for sure.
I'll have my van to crash out and just be like, Calgon, take me away. But I really want to go. Adam, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. I was gonna say for the team, I'm already looking forward to like keeping my distance behind Lorinda. I know she's gonna be wandering off.
Yep.
Wandering off by herself, and I know I have to like keep an eye on her, follow her behind her, keep an eye on her. So I'm already looking forward to it. So
Oh
Yeah,
my
poor
goodness.
Adam. It's going to be like herding cats for him. No offense, cat.
That's funny.
Oh no.
Hey, beautiful Lynn.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn says, "Hey everyone." She said, "Hey, handsome Adam," and then Georgie and Catherine and Carla, and then
Yeah.
Annette cracked me up
Jamie
saying,
Lynn.
"Everyone's gonna pile in George's van."
That's right.
Woo, there we go. There we go.
Party in George's van.
That's right. I
Bring
have
extra
a built-in beer bong. No, I'm playing. I don't. I don't have a beer bong in my van. I'm just saying I don't. But yeah, I can bring one. No.
And Jamie Lynn, we're going to Old Park Hotel in
Tim
Ballinger
Ballinger.
this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know it's only 3 hours from me. It's like 3 hours and 10 minutes. I'm like, woo.
I
Awesome.
think it's about 2.5, not quite 2.5 for us, for me.
Nice.
It's 3 hours for me. But I'm making pit stop.
Yeah. We're gonna dump one car and pick up another.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I am definitely looking forward to it, and not just because of the place, because I've heard so much about it, but because I get to hang with you fine people.
Oh,
You know,
so sweet.
Aw.
and I love y'all guys. You know,
Love you
y'all guys are
too.
great.
It'll be
So-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good memories this Saturday.
Definitely, and you know, hopefully we'll catch some ghosts on camera.
Yeah.
Yes. Annette said that someone should sleep in the doll room. Adam.
Yeah. That would be Adam.
Yes.
There's no bed in there,
I know.
but we can take the blankets off one of the
We can
beds.
makeshift one. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Have fun.
I don't know where I'll be sleeping, but wherever it is, I got to tell you, once I crash out, ain't nothing waking me up.
Don't be tempting fate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. I just said that. And I thought, well, I hope they don't think challenge accepted. Ugh.
Yeah.
You know?
They're going in through the waves of
That's right.
stream and they're like listening in.
The
We know
thing
you
that's
are.
going to be nice is that there isn't anybody investigating there all week or tomorrow. So we'll have, it's not like we're coming right on the back of another investigation. So it'll be
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I got my
What's
oil
Jamie
change.
got?
I'm good to go.
She said, "Very awesome. I wish I could come. I'll be at the Haunted Galena Conference and investigating the DeSoto Hotel.
Oh man.
Y'all could cancel and come up here. I need use time too. Aw.
Oh.
One day.
Dylan, you need to come down with us. We'll take you on a weekend.
Nice.
Well, it's 9:44.
Yeah.
Unless y'all.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
It
We
was
went a
sure
little
a
over.
pleasure, George.
Thank you.
As always.
Yeah.
The pleasure was all mine.
Aw.
You know, I love you guys. Y'all are great, and I think the world of y'all. And you know, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get enough stuff from Saturday that we can have a show about it.
Yes,
That would be
definitely.
awesome.
You never know.
That would be awesome. Yeah. I'm down. I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
All righty, George. Well, we'll see you Saturday.
Yep.
Thank
See
you
you Saturday.
again.
Woo. Bye everyone. Thank you guys for watching. And Jamie Lynn, just a last minute thing. She plans on coming down the end of the year. So that'll be great. So,
Absolutely.
That'd be very cool.
well, if you guys have missed and you're catching us at the last minute of the hour, you can always watch the rerun.
It's
But
not
we'll
replay.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all in the next show. Thanks for watching, you guys.
Bye. See you in a couple
Appreciate you
weeks.
all.
Bye,
See y'all.
Caitlin. Love you.
Stay
Bye,
safe.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.